Nowadays, a lot more people have heard about the McGill Big Three, the McGill Curl Up, or the McGill Crunch as I call it, the side planks with the top foot forward, as well as the bird dog. Today we're going to look at an intermediate variation of the bird dog that's going to challenge you to maintain core stability and control while getting movement from the hip alone in a non-cycling or non-triathlon sport related way, but has big returns on your performance. Since I started diving into the McGill stuff about 15 years ago because of my own hip and back injury, I've really learned a lot. I've also made a lot of mistakes. I've been able to help a lot of people from around the world to tap into power, get out of pain, and be able to progress themselves as athletes. Today we're going to look at one of the up-and-coming, favorite variations. I don't know why it's favorite now. I've been giving it for a couple years, but it can have a great benefit once you've mastered the basics of the bird dog. Now, if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you're checking out that video just above my head here. Now, the intermediate variation is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. What we're looking for is we're going to start off with the hands underneath the shoulders, the hips over the knees. And remember, the whole thing with the bird dog is we don't want to move our spine at all. The variation we're going to do today, we first need to do 1 or 2 repetitions with good technique of the initial bird dog, just coming up, getting movement from the hip, and then coming back down. Remember, we don't want to shift the hips over to the side, staying nice and solid in through the core. Pushing the floor away, we'll do our variation today, which is a bird dog with a top of box. So we're going to brace just enough. We're going to come up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the arm and the leg simultaneously away from the midline and then come back and then return. Now what we're looking for out of this is to stay nice and stable in through the lower back. We want to keep everything nice and locked while moving from the glute medius. This is a fantastic way for us to begin to progress, introduce a new line of work, and get different muscles working. Now as you progress, you can of course take the foot and hand out a little bit further, and you can also slow it down and then come back. A common complaint for a lot of folks when they first start doing this is they feel the tensor fasciae lata, or the muscle on the front outside of the hip, start to take over and do the work. And that's not what we're looking for out of this. What we're really looking for is to get you to learn how to lock the ribcage and pelvis together using the obliques while getting the glute medius to move as well as the mid-back. Now, for a lot of triathletes, this is a keystone exercise, we'll call it, where once they're able to do 5 repetitions for 2 to 3 sets with perfect technique, they often report back more running power, more power on their bike, and their swim feels smoother. Now the reason this happens is because we're tying together essentially one of the meridians of the body, as Thomas Myers talks about in his book Anatomy Trains. Looking at the fascial system, we're getting the mid and lower traps to fire together with the opposite side glute. And this is really important, as well as with the obliques. So give this exercise a shot. If you haven't mastered the regular bird dog, go ahead again, check out that video. It is really important that you master the fundamentals before you move on to these challenges. Now, we all like challenges, right? This isn't going to help you. So going out and trying this exercise is going to set you back as opposed to taking you forward. Now, if you enjoyed today's video and found it useful in learning about how going outside of the midline or going lateral can help you to be able to learn how to produce power down to the pedals and to be able to keep a rock solid core, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and head on over to the Human Vortex Training website and check out our blog and other resources for you. Till next time, remember, train smarter, not harder, because it is all about you.